Here, your frying pan.
So, here we are for some Witcher 3. Playing it on the hardest difficulty setting. And this first fight that you come up to after the prologue, yeah, I must have died here like 7 or 8 times. I was thinking to myself, goodness me, is this how difficult the game is actually going to be? And it turns out it's not. When I first started, I thought, oh goodness me, I have to turn down the difficulty setting. The first fight was just killing me so easily. But it's fine. I got through it and I've kept it on the hardest difficulty. The other Witcher games, the first one, the second one, when I played those on the hardest difficulty setting, both of those games got notoriously easier as you progress through the game, especially number 2. And this one being more open world, I'm thinking, will this one get more notoriously easier? Maybe, we'll have to see. Although I've played my way through most of the first part of The Witcher 3, and overall I would say that it was slightly easier than the first parts of the first Witcher and second Witcher. As I'm just trying to take down these. I'm level 1 for all this. These are level 5s. I managed to kill those wolves not too bad, but this warg, he eventually took me down, which is unfortunate. But I was exploding the barrels and doing not too badly. I eventually came back and killed those when I was a bit higher. All these wolves. It's the same as the other witches, really. Even if there's enemies that were higher level than what you were in the previous games, if it was just a one-on-one fight, you could still do it, you know. Here I am level 1, if I take on a level 5, you know, one-on-one, I can kill it quite easily. But as soon as there are multiple enemies, like exactly the same as on the other Witcher games, as soon as there's multiple enemies, the fight just becomes a lot more challenging. This death was, I was surprised at this one. There's these drowners down there, and you know, I'll just quickly go down there and kill those guys. Drowners have been in the Witcher series forever, but unfortunately this guy cannot land properly. Here we go, this is the first boss of the game. I did most of everything around this area first. I thought I'd maybe get a chance to get some health back before this boss fight, but it just sort of happened. I go all the way through this boss fight. I don't drink a thunderbolt. I've got the enhanced weapons that help. But I thought I'd just go into it anyway, because I thought it's probably going to be quite difficult and I'm probably going to die. I remember the first boss in the first Witcher one, it was some sort of dog or something, some sort of undead dogs or something, if I can remember correctly. Years ago since I played that, and that boss took me ages to take down. It was killing me loads of times, so I can't remember the one. I remember the first sort of act in Witcher 2 was quite difficult on the hardest setting, and like I say, the game got a lot easier as you progressed through that game. So I was expecting to die quite a few times on this boss before, you know, getting it down. But the first few hits that I took from it, I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, it's not really doing that much damage. And I've progressed a bit more in the game since doing this video and or recording this stuff. And yeah, there's a lot more enemies that hit a lot harder than this guy did. So I don't know whether they made this a little bit more easier than what they should have done, but I was expecting to die quite a few times to this, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But I like the boss mechanics and everything, and the whole fight, you know. It looks really great. It played really great, you know. It was a good boss fight, but I thought it might be a little bit more easier. I mean, sorry, a little bit more difficult. Going on what I experienced through the first parts of the other Witcher series. I found that the crossbow, crossbow was a little bit difficult to aim. But I've got the in my skill tree. I've got quite a few points in the physical weapons for swords. I didn't need to take a thunderbolt on this. I mean, I took a swallow potion at the start just to regain my health because I don't know. I started the boss fight on really low health for some reason. But I guess that's one of the things on the hardest difficulty. You don't regain health at all, not even when you meditate. There is that skill that lets you regen health very, very slowly in the day, and in the night even slower. There you go. Yeah, we'll just shoot a crossbow at that plant for some reason, and we'll follow this the griffin up here and get the kill. But this is I'm playing this all on the ultra graphics as well. I thought the game would look I was a bit disappointed how the foliage looked. It's always something that sort of escapes a lot of RPGs, the sort of really nice, you know, grass textures and plant textures, but there we go. I think having the enhanced weapons helped me a lot to quickly do this, but I really thought this guy would do a lot more damage. But we'll take him down pretty soon. But overall, the first part of the Witcher game, yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I thought, I mean, the levels of the enemies makes it sort of quite easy to sort of not engage in certain fights, and you can, I mean, like I said, I got everything in this area before taking this boss because I thought it was going to be, a lot more difficult. So I got all the shrines, all the places of power, all the gear, crafted all the gear from all the recipes that I could, did all the quests. And yeah, maybe that was a bit too much for that. So there you go. Wasn't too much for a bad boss fight. Only one way to sum it up, I guess.
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.